What's going on, everybody? Big day today in the MLB The Show community because we got a little feature deep dive on some gameplay updates. A little 3-ish minute video uploaded on the old Twitter machine. We will get more information on gameplay updates on February 13th, which is Thursday. But we're going to recap this now and then recap it again later once we learn more. So if you like learning MLB The Show news, strap in, hit subscribe, and let's get to it. So, feature deep dives are a thing SDS is doing this year with MLB Network's Robert Flores kind of providing some commentary over whatever it is they're talking about. And today, they dropped some gameplay updates. So what we're going to do is basically watch the trailer back, pause it at key moments, talk about some stuff, and then kind of guess. Because like I said, we don't know all the information yet. That's what the feature premiere will let us know on Thursday. Feature premieres, for those who are new to the community, are where like the development team actually sits down and talks in-depth, nitty-gritty about all the stuff that's going on. So let's hit the old play button here. I'm going to drop the volume just a smidge. If you want to watch this on your own, it's on YouTube, it's on Twitter. You could blast the volume as loud as you friggin' want there. So let us watch and react. Also, very important to note here, and again, we are going to pause this a lot, so bear with me here. Visual quality may depend on your hardware. It's very difficult to tell actual graphical quality from these videos. Graphics are a hot button topic in this community. Don't worry. Just wait until you play it on your own computer or your own system. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not advocating for it being the best thing you've ever seen. I don't know either. I haven't seen it yet. But don't take this necessarily as what it's going to be.
First up, ambush hitting.
Oh, hold on. Let's go back. They're going to talk about ambush hitting, but real quick, we missed it. And dab on him. Thank you. Moving on. All right, so let's drop it back just a little bit to talk about ambush hitting. So, as you can see, we're going to pause it in the correct spot. Look at that. Notice when he chose the location, inside or outside, that he thought the pitch was going to be in this case, the inside part of the plate, it kind of gave like that grayed out box. Now, the PCI, if you're right, is going to be enormous. It's going to be wumbo. If you're wrong, it's going to be a little smaller. Unclear what other penalties there may or may not be. Also unclear if there's a boost. There might be a boost, there might not be a boost. Maybe the PCI size is boost enough, as well as the knowledge of, which half the plate's going to be on. Also, take this with a grain of salt. I am guessing these are live series cards we're looking at, and it's like on veteran or all-star offline difficulty, so the PCI is massive. This is not going to be the PCI size you see on Hall of Famer Legend or GOAT, which we'll learn about more in a little bit. So take that with a grain of salt. Another thing to remember about ambush hitting, very, very important. When they dropped it and announced it in the gameplay trailer, it said clearly, in all modes on the screen. I took this to mean it will be everywhere. Diamond Dynasty, Ranked, BR, Events, Franchise, Road to the Show, you name it, it's there. Someone made a very interesting point, and this is where we have to wait to learn more on Thursday. It can be in Diamond Dynasty, but also not be allowed in online play, because within Diamond Dynasty, there are offline modes like mini-seasons, Conquest, Showdown. I am very curious to see if it's in online gameplay. And again, I haven't touched it yet myself, obviously, but just on the surface, I actually hope it's not available in online gameplay. The ability to just 50-50 coin flip where the ball's going to be, it seems really overpowered for the hitter. It is, of course, meant to punish people who pitch the same exact pattern all the time and spam sinkers in the same part of it. Like, I understand the purpose behind it if it were to be online. But if you're even like a semi-decent player with a brain attached to your skull, you're going to guess like 70% of the pitches every game. And I mean, I guess you're still not guessing the pitch type. You're just guessing the pitch location. Another thing that I'm very curious to see, I talked about this in a quick little back and forth with Scuffy on Twitter. Is this replacing the Anchor PCI? Is the Anchor PCI still there? Because when you think about it, excuse me, when you think about it, if you use the Anchor PCI the right way, you are kind of ambushing pitches. I know it doesn't perfectly operate that way, but that's like kind of the way I envision it. And I never used the Anchor PCI at all. So, very curious of your guys' thoughts. What do you think about ambush hitting? Are you going to use it?
Similar.
Disgusting. Moving on. Also, love this. Big fan. Love this. Outfielders had animations the last year or so, or maybe even longer, based on what their reaction and fielding ratings are. Like, it makes sense. Reaction more specifically. Now, infielders also have unique-ish reactions based on what their rating is. So, if you're a very good infield reaction guy, you're going to get a nice quick jump on the ball. There's 3 stages of that. You don't want to be at the bottom of it. So, lots of things I want to talk about with the fielding stuff. And again, I don't know. I mean, this has got to be mostly offline play they're showing us. It looks kind of smooth. Like, I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not trying to go nuts. The fielding does look kind of slick. And a lot of new things we're looking at. New throw meter. These arrows indicate what type of reaction time you have. We'll also get to a point where I could pause it and you'll see like quirks on the bottom. Just kind of cool to see which quirks are active, and maybe they factor into your decision making when building a team a little more. So lots to learn still. And there's right away one of those quirks. I don't know what that is. Maybe like I see a clock. I don't think that's something that's been in the game. And if it is, I apologize. Is it like maybe, I don't know, quick release, like a timing thing, a quick turn? I don't know. I don't know. If I'm wrong, you guys tell me. I don't play offline and I don't look at quirks for fielding usually. So you guys tell me what it is. Now I want to watch this part entirely back. Watch how quick Francisco Lindor gets to the ball, and then watch how quick or slow the next idiot does not get to the ball. So there's Lindor, nice and quick. Look at him. Fires across his body. And then I can't see who that is because it didn't show me enough, but that person did not move. And there's Lindor again with a nice quick turn. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. There goes Ellie. Big, strong throw. Listen, it kind of looks pretty crispy clean. Again, let's see what happens. I'm hoping if this works the way it should. The goal was fluidity, I'm sure, to make the game feel more real. But secondly, I think this could help us counteract dolphin dives. They've tried and tried, and it doesn't friggin' go away. But if you're actually going to penalize somebody with a bad reaction rating, that might be the best way right now to remove those mega dives. We'll see. And now we've got GOAT difficulty, which is yikes, because your boy is pretty okay on Hall of Fame, is not good on Legend. I celebrate if I score a run on Legend, and now we're talking about GOATs. So we'll see.
GOAT difficulty. GOAT difficulty will challenge you in a way that's never been experienced.
Jesus.
MLB The Show.
Faster fastballs. Oh no. Bigger breaks. Oh no. Look at the PCI size. Oh my lord. This is frightening. So GOAT mode is very clearly for the 1% top of the cream of the crop people. And that's okay. Those players should have an ultra competitive mode too. My guess is that GOAT mode, strictly a guess, will be the highest brackets of the Weekend Classic ladder. I think that's going to end up being the competitive difficulty in terms of like esports. SDS is probably sick and tired of looking through box scores for the cream of the crop players. We're talking again, the maybe less than 1% of players, and seeing 25 to 23 on Legend. You might think I'm being hyperbolic. I'm not. Those scores are exceptionally real because that's just how it is. The best players' Legend is simply not hard enough. So GOAT mode is going to add a little bit different mix to that. It's going to make it a lot harder. I also think, prepare your butts, Extreme is going to be a nightmare this year because GOAT mode is going to be everywhere. I tweeted about it before. It was a complete joke, but also semi-serious. Imagine trying to do the Ellie De La Cruz triple in the cycle moment on GOAT mode. It will not be fun. Now we're going to talk about home run robberies, which I have long despised how home run robberies work in this game. On the surface, this looks really, really good. I want you to listen closely to what RoFlo says, then we'll talk about it.
The new jump indicator allows for more catch animations to be played from even more directions and jump timings than ever before. Get to the warning track early, and if your meter gets into the green jump zone, you can tap the jump button.
Get to the warning track early, and if your meter gets into the green jump zone, go for it. What does that mean? No more Macarena, drunken dancing in the outfield, running in circles, waiting for the ball to begin its descent. There are more animations programmed into the game to make home run robberies not ridiculous. I need to hold it in my hands and play it and see how it feels. I need to see how fast that meter works. I need to see if it does what it says it does, excuse me. But that's exciting. I am truly excited about that.
And a leaping home run robbing animation will play from what...
Watch this one start to finish. He gets to the wall a little early. It hits the green, and it, I guess, slows him down to jump. Like, I don't know how the mechanic works. We're going to learn. Look at that animation, though. Pretty good. Now we're going to talk about throw accuracy meter. The throw accuracy meter was such a welcomed addition to the game. It made a lot of sense, but it ended up being super-duper easy. Now, we're taking the next step where it's hopefully going to make it a little harder, or at the very least, make you think about when you're going to try it. Realistically, right now, I could just throw perfect throws willy-nilly no matter the situation. But these throws are going to start getting harder, so watch.
Has been adjusted and is now more of a high risk, high reward.
High risk, high reward. There's the hit. Okay, now watch. Oh, we were just a little past it. Pause is a little delayed. Okay, now, okay, so perfect pause job by me. Look at the end of the meter, that blue rectangular thing. That is now where the perfect throw is, not in the center of the green where it had been this year. Even if the whole accuracy region was shifting left or right, depending on where your play was, that blue line was always in the middle of that green region. Now it's at the end of that green region, which just makes your timing a little different. I'm not saying it's going to be impossible to figure out the timing. I'm sure plenty of people will do it, but in the past, the penalty for missing the perfect throw meter was you're still accurate. You're still in the green. You might not make the out, but at least you're in the green. Now, depending on the situation, you miss that meter too late, you're in the red. It could be an error. It could lead to extra bases. Like, penalizing things is good. Input is important, and we should stop helping everyone be good at a game they shouldn't be good at, if I'm being honest. So, I like this. I'm here for it.
Now, late, your throw will be in the offline or wild or red
Yep,
zone.
wild red zone. There you go.
The better your fielder's throw accuracy attribute,
I mean, get behind the ball, Tatis. What are you doing?
perfect regions will scale.
Still got the out, because he's a stud.
From the start of the play to the end of it, everyone on the field will move.
That looks clean.
MLB
That looks
with
nice.
hundreds of new animations. And
That
MLB
looks
Show
good.
25.
I like that slide.
Stay tuned
I
for
like the new
episode.
celebrations.
Deep dive into Road to the Show.
Okay, so the next featured deep dive is about Road to the Show. We'll talk about that when it happens. But let's quickly regroup here and just kind of summarize everything that we just talked about. Quick little thing we missed while we were focusing on all the big picture stuff. It looks like a sweeper is now in the game. I'm assuming that's what SW stands for, unless it stands for something weird like Swiffer Wet Jet, not a sponsor. Could be, though. Swiffer, reach out. It's got to be a sweeper. Don't know if that's replacing a pitch. Don't know if it's an additional pitch. The shape of a sweeper is, you know, a hybrid of a whole bunch of different breaking balls. So, again, we'll probably learn more soon. What I wanted to show you here is actually Scan did a really cool, like, slow-mo of ambush hitting. So watch how the PCI actually changes shape based on all of this stuff. Disregard the weird Robert Flores noises. Look at how much smaller it gets. Now it's big again. Now it's small again. So I don't know if it's going to impact your swing timing as well. I suppose that would be an interesting layer to this entire conversation. I hope it doesn't. I hope if we are using it in online play, it's literally just a here's where the pitch is going type of situation with the bigger PCI. But honestly, it's a new mechanic that I hope doesn't overcomplicate things. But I mean, at this point, you never know, it might. And we're going to actually end it here. It was a 3-minute video and we just talked for like, I don't know, 10 or 12 minutes. I suppose we'll see how much depth we get on Thursday. And there will be another video on the channel either Thursday night or sometime on Friday going over all of it. I'm your MLB The Show news guy. So make sure you hit subscribe, comment down below what you're excited about, nervous about, indifferent about. See you next time.